The gentleman has the floor to address the body for 3.5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you're not already, wake up. Do we need to be reminded the words of Patrick Henry? That liberty ought to be the direct end of our government? 233 years ago, Patrick Henry spoke at the Virginia Ratifying Convention. And he rightly stated that when the American spirit was in its youth, the language of America was different. Liberty, sir, was the primary object. Now, this American spirit has endured and has been preserved, despite repeated attacks over the years by an increasingly centralized government reaching farther and farther into our lives, and more recently, by a heavily monopolized, woke corporate industry. Vaccine passports, breaching our dams, indoctrinating our youth are all on the agenda. Not to mention borrowing on the credit of generations of Americans who have not even been born yet, chaining them to a lifetime of financial slavery. Now in 2021, after a year that attempted to squelch out the remaining embers of liberty in this country, the winds of tyranny have blown on the remnant and ignited a flame that will not be put out. The people are awake, eyes wide open, and they are watching you to see who will stand with them. Now is the time to push back, to lay claim to our sovereignty as a state and to the sovereignty of every citizen. And I am confident that if it takes, as Jefferson said, a watering of the tree of liberty with the blood of every tyrant from sea to shining sea, then so be it. The flame is lit. And so I stand here before you today to speak to you and every elected official in this building on behalf of free men and free women from the great state of Idaho, and free citizens from all over this country who are just waiting for somebody to stand up. Hear me now. Either lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. Because you cannot spend the people's money and buy them with their own money forever. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.